Lovely, lovely. Okay, darling ones, so it's just ticked over to past. And what we'll do, I see most of you are actually already in exactly the right place. We're just going to come to an easy seat to start. So you can cross your legs, you can sit on cushions if you want to. You can give yourself a little time just to get settled. So if you kind of feel that you've got tension in your shoulders and you want to give them a bit of a wiggle, feel free to do so. If you want to just take your time to find your comfortable seat, feel free to take as long as you wish to just find your settled place upon the earth. You can close the eyes if you wish. And we'll just take that time to find our connection perhaps with the earth. The root chakra thought to reside at the very base of the spine, connecting to the ground here. And just as we settle here and breathe, I'm just going to read you a very short section of the Yoga for Witches book in the grounding section of the book. Feeling grounded can be essential to both physical and psychological well-being. In our yoga practice, we can connect the word grounding to connecting physically with hands and feet to the earth, but also in finding our stable connections, our rootedness with the ground. Grounding can help us find our here and now, moments of calm, to help balance our energy in a busy world with the solidity of the earth. And in re-establishing our bond to the earth, we can feel supported, reminded of our own strength to support ourselves. So that is our little grounding magic, our grounding theme for today's practice. And just when you feel ready to do so, if the eyes are closed, we'll gently open them. And we're just going to take a little spiral twist here. I'll attempt to mirror you. So we'll take the right hand on the outside of left knee, left hand on the earth behind you, just gently spiral. So we're creating a beautiful spiral twist all the way from the very base of the spine at that root chakra, all the way up to the very top of the spine, where the spine connects to the skull, just giving a lovely spiral, easeful twist. And then when you're ready, we'll just take it around to the other side. And then from here, we're going to come back to center. Beautiful. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to journey into child's pose. So we're going to rock over the knees. We'll take the knees wide if we like, with the toes together. Feel free to bring in any support you like. So cushions, bolsters, blankets. If you find that child's pose is too much on the knees, you can always come to puppy dog pose as well. It's another option. So child's pose, we can reach the hands forward and rest the side of the head or the forehead upon the earth. Puppy dog is the one where our hips are lifted and we can open our heart towards the ground. So puppy dog, child's pose, with as much support as you like to really feel that you can settle here. We connected the base of the spine, the root chakra, to the earth in that easy seat. And now as we settle into child's pose, it might be that we sense our third eye chakra, the little chakra between the eyebrows, connecting to the earth. Maybe a sense of the heart connecting to the earth as it shines groundwards. Or simply the idea that we're finding this connection with the solid ground beneath us. And as we settle into our place, we can take a peaceful minute here. We'll just take a few more breaths, a few more moments in our lovely grounding child's pose. And then when you're ready, what we'll do is we'll bring the hands under the shoulders. We're going to bring the knees back together if they're wide. And we're actually going to come into a kneeling position here. So you can kneel straight back onto the heels if that's comfortable. If you need to kneel high, that's absolutely fine. Or you can come into an in-between place where we have the cushions on top of the heels to help us kind of kneel halfway. It doesn't matter. You can kneel in any way that you like. Whatever feels appropriate for you and your knees is good. And we're just going to settle here. So from our kneeling position, we've got that lovely tall spine. And then from here, what we'll do, if it's comfortable, we're just going to interlink the hands behind the back. And we're just going to straighten the arms. So we're creating this really gentle opening for the heart space. So the idea of opening through the chest and the heart. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. We're not going to stay here too long, but you can play around if you wish with floating the arms away from the body, or you can keep them close. This is a variation of a pose known as the thunderbolt or the rock pose. So two sort of grounding poses, I suppose. There's thunder. No, it's lightning that travels to the earth, isn't it? So maybe that theory's not so good. But lightning travels to the earth to ground, rocks settle upon the earth. And we find our grounding in this pose too. When you feel ready, if you interlink the hands behind the back, we'll just release them and just give the arms a little bit of a wiggle, maybe the shoulders a little bit of a roll. Lovely. And then from here, what we can do, we can bring the bum to the earth. We're going to sweep the legs around and we can just straighten the legs out. And you can give them a little wibble if you like, if it feels nice to wibble the legs or wibble the feet after we've had that compression on the knees. So a little bit of a wiggle, a little sway. And then from here, we're going to come into a forward fold. So we're going to hinge from the hips. We're going to send the hands either along the legs or along the earth. And we'll let the head hang heavy. We're going to take our time in this pose. You can soften the knees if that makes it feel more comfortable. As we allow gravity to help us settle into the pose, we might find the breath helps as well. As with every exhale, we're releasing a little more into the pose. Just a few more breaths if that's comfortable for you. And then from here, we'll just gently rise up. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come to ground. So we're going to soften the knees and we're going to lay our backs upon the earth. And we'll just take some breaths here. So we've got soft hips, soft knees, arms can fall anywhere you like, so they can come to the ground, they can rest on the body, wherever you want the hands to be is lovely. I'm just going to breathe here. That softness of the hips just allows the tummy to feel relaxed. Maybe you feel that the low back can settle into the earth a little better. And then from here, we're just going to journey into our supine twist. So we're just going to let the knees fall over to the right, the gaze to the left. Again, the hands, the arms can settle wherever you wish. And then when you're ready from here, we'll journey to the other side. So knees go to the left, gaze to the right, or whatever's the opposite side for you now. Taking our time to settle into that lovely supine twist, also known as the twisted roots pose. Again, that idea of the base of the spine being our root, our roots, and finding space and connection there. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll let the knees and the gaze come back up to the sky. And we're just going to have a long stretch through the body. So we'll just send the legs long, reach the arms overhead, and we'll just have a long stretch along the earth and have a little wiggle, a little side to side stretch if you like. Just taking our time to create that lovely long stretch through the body. Beautiful. So when you feel ready, we're going to bring the arms alongside the body and we're going to take a minute to get ready for our Shavasana, our relaxation and meditation time. I really wanted to take a decent amount of time to guide you through a grounding meditation. So we've got plenty of time to settle into the earth and bring in your cushions, your blankets, woolly socks. We're going to be still for a good 10 minutes or so. So bear that in mind if you think you might get chilly. We can find grounding in many ways, whether that be physically getting our hands into the earth with a little bit of gardening, although we can't do so much of that now come winter, with our lovely grounding, settling yoga poses, our yoga asana. Another lovely way is through guided meditation to visualize and create that connection in our mind's eye. So as we settle into our place for relaxation, you may wish to close the eyes or let the gaze be soft. And just taking that time to settle. Our simplest connection to the earth, to allow it simply to support us as we release any tensions or tightnesses within the body, letting the muscles and the joints and the bones settle. We may take just a little time to take a little conscious sweep through the body, noticing and relaxing each part of the body in turn. The toes, the feet, the ankles, the legs, the knees and kneecaps, the hips, the tummy and chest and heart, the muscles of the shoulders and the back, and then journeying down through the arms to the fingertips and rising up through the neck and the face to the very top of the head. Inviting the whole body to settle and relax. And perhaps in our mind's eye, as we envisage this idea of roots and grounding, we may imagine roots like tree roots running from our body and settling down into the earth. And we might visualize them sinking down through first carpet and floorboards and concrete foundations of our homes, and then running further down into rock and earth, down through layers of ancient stone and earth. And as we send these roots down deep, deep into the earth, just as trees use their roots to draw up nourishment from the earth, we may find simple but powerful support, nourishment from the earth beneath us. The solidity and the grounding of the earth supporting us. Maybe that sense of solid ground beneath our feet when we feel rushed or stressed. Maybe the earth's ability to grow plants and fruit. Maybe we enjoy seeing the beauty that the earth can offer us, the bounty and abundance of the earth and its plants. Perhaps there is a sense of strength, of steadfastness from the earth that we feel we can draw in to help us as we move into the winter season. We'll take our time to draw up through our roots nourishment, support, history of our ancestors who walked this land before us. We can take our time to draw that all in through our roots deep into the earth. Allow the earth to support you. You already have everything you need. The ground beneath you, the air in your lungs, blood moving around your body, and the fire of your heart and mind. And although having these things does not mean you won't come across struggle, grief, anger, or pain, it's always useful to remember that we are strong enough to deal with whatever comes our way. As long as the earth endures, so shall we. And so, my strong and beautiful souls, perhaps the next inhale is a little longer, a little deeper than the last. Maybe we take a little stretch or a wiggle. You can move the body in any way you like as we just begin to bring our awareness back to the room and back to the day. And as always, with no rush, we'll gently bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor, and we can roll to one side in our little yogi recovery pose for a breath or two. And with eyes closed for just a moment more, if you can, we'll just all gently rise to an easy seat. You can bring blankets with you. It doesn't matter what way you're facing. We're just going to meet up in the place we started. That easeful seat, our roots running into the earth, our lovely tall spine rising like a tree from the earth. That lovely constant of the earth and ground beneath us. Always there whenever we need it. We can always come back to this simple practice. And to finish our practice today, we'll bring our hands to heart center. We'll take a nice deep inhale, sigh and exhale. From here, you can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other, we say namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.